2024. 2 plus 0 equals 2. Plus 2 equals 4. Plus 4 equals 8. So 2024 is a universal year 8. Now for you as a life path 8, what does this mean? Now we know that 8 represents structure, order, discipline, abundance, power, balance, and karma, as in cause and effect. So for you as a life path 8, this is what you experience all the time. Since it's a universal year 8, the whole collective, the whole world, everybody will be feeling these vibrations, frequencies, energies. This is an excellent year for you because you get to show the collective by example the 8 vibration, how to operate in its vibration, how to have order in your life, how to have structure in your life, how to overcome limitations and restrictions, how to feel secure within. The law of cause and effect, meaning that if you want to build a house, the cause will be you working on the house with your tools, building it from the ground up. The effect will be a finished house. Karma. The 8 also represents abundance and prosperity, wealth, great wealth, massive wealth. But remember, abundance, prosperity, and wealth don't just mean monetary. It don't just mean money. It also means you can have an abundance of healthy emotions or negative emotions. You can have an abundance of healthy thoughts, positive thoughts, or negative thoughts. You can have an abundance of material things or lack of material things. You can have an abundance of non-material things or lack of non-material things. Because the 8 represents infinity. It's infinite. But the thing about the 8 is this is why you want to think positive as a life path 8, because it's infinite. It never stops. It's the only number besides 0 that keeps going and looping and looping and looping into itself over and over and over again. So you want to think positive so you can keep that momentum going and going and going, and you keep building and you keep gaining and keep adding stuff on top of that. 0 also represents infinity. But 8 is where you bring in the power and the structure and the balance. Because, see, the 8, it's like as above, so below. So you want to have that balance. You want to have that stability within yourself. The 8 also means to work towards your manifestations. We live in a society to where they made us believe that hard work means 9 to 5 and work till your feet hurt. No, it means to work on yourself. What do you like to do? What kind of life do you want to live? For example, take me. I like to make music. I like to heal myself and help others heal. I work a 9 to 5, right? But after my 9 to 5, on my off days, I'm working on myself. I'm creating music. I'm learning about music. I'm improving my skills when it comes to music. The same thing when I get on here and talk. I'm learning how to talk. I'm learning how to communicate. I'm improving my skills of communication. I'm working on myself to build the life that I want to live, not what society said I should be doing. Because if you leave it up to society, they gonna just tell you go get a job, which is fine. I'm not saying working a job is wrong or bad. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. It's people out here who don't mind working a job. They happy working a job, and that's okay. That's just not for me. I like my freedom. I like to do my own thing. I like to get up when I want to get up. I like to move when I say so, which I know as a Life Path 8, you probably feel the same way. You like to be your own boss. You want to build your own thing. You want to build your own empire. You want to build your own company. You want to build your own studio. You want to build your own house. Right? You want to build your own dynasty. So, this is what you're going to be doing during this Life Path 8 period. This is what you should be doing during this Universal Year 8. Because as a Life Path 8, that's what you do anyway. So continue to do this in the Universal 8 year, and you will be, it's like you gonna, it's like the energy is amplified. So whatever you've been working on in the past years, this year you're gonna see more results. You're gonna see more growth. So let's say, for example, you're a painter. In the past years, you've been painting, right? You've been making progress. You've been seeing results. You've been seeing yourself grow. Now, while you're in this 8 year, you're going to see even more of that. If you think positive, if you continue to work on your goals. If you don't, you're going to see it crumble down. Because what people say about Life Path 8, they always say it's about money and prosperity and power. True. If you're thinking positive, if you're working on yourself. The moment you stop working on yourself, your plant stop growing. If you stop watering your plant, it's going to die. So make sure you water your plants all year. You should be doing this anyway. But it's going to be more in your favor this year. Another thing about the 8 year is everybody going to be working on something. Everybody. Now, while you're working on these things, don't overwork yourself. Don't burn out. Take time to have fun. Take time to relax. And take time to socialize. Because as Life Path 8, what we want to do. Oh, I got to reach these goals. I got to reach these deadlines. I got to take care of this. I got to take care of that. Always trying to get the job done. Never take the time to enjoy your life. Because life is about more than just working and stacking money and reaching goals. You're supposed to be having fun, too. When you die, you don't want to be on your deathbed talking about, I should have went out to that club that night, but I was too busy trying to build my company, which is fine. But you didn't get to have fun. You didn't have fun. You just work all the time. So don't overwork yourself. And you might see people doing that. You might see people all of a sudden they want to work super hard on whatever it is they're trying to work on. This is your year to show that you are a leader, that you are powerful. This is your year to show others how to be structured, ordered, have discipline, overcome limitations and restrictions. Because you shouldn't fear limitations and restrictions. You're just supposed to knock them out the way. You're supposed to overcome them. So you may overcome a lot of your you may overcome a lot of your limitations, which are self-inflicted, by the way, and your restrictions this year. You're going to see a lot of fruits of your labor this year. Because, see, we just came off the 7-year, which was the year of retrospection, introspection, isolation. It was a very meditative year, a time to be alone, a time to learn about yourself, a time to learn what you love and what you like. What do you want to do with your life? You. Not what society said, not what your mama wants you to do, not what your daddy wants you to do, not what your husband wants you to do, not what your wife wants you to do, not what your friends want you to do, not what your children want you to do, not what social media said you should be doing. What kind of life do you want to live? That's what you're working on as a Life Path 8. And since we're going into this Universal Year 8, you're going to see a lot of people beginning to work on the type of life they want to live. Or, if we come from the negative side, you're going to see a lot of people who didn't work on the life they want to live. You're going to see stuff start to fall apart for them. But this is where we come in at. Because we always, this is us. We always in this energy, this frequency, this vibration. You can inspire these people that it's never too late to start from square one, to start from scratch and build a foundation and build upon that foundation and bring structure and order to your life. So, for example, if you like to paint, this year, this 8-year, you should be practicing painting. You should be learning more about painting. You should be honing your skills, getting better at different painting techniques and using different painting oils and different paint brushes. This can apply to anything. I'm just using painting as an analogy. If you're a musician, you should be learning about music. You should be learning how to use different instruments, different programs. You should be learning how to express yourself differently. If you are a constructor, what am I saying it right? If you're a construction worker, you should be learning about how to build things, how to use tools, new tools that you never used before, how to new blueprints, new plans. You're supposed to be honing your skills, perfecting your craft, and you're gonna see the fruits of your labor more this year. So you probably been seeing them. If you've been doing what you're supposed to do, you've been seeing results. You've been getting rewards, recognition. If you keep this up, keep the momentum up, you're going to see more of that this year. So think positive. Always think positive, especially as a Life Path 8. Because, see, the 8 is, remember, momentum. The more you put in, the more you get back. So if you positive on day 1, you're going to be more positive on day 2, even stronger on day 3, even stronger on day 4, even stronger on day 5. It's going to keep building on top of each other. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And remember, like I said, take time to rest. Don't overwork yourself. For example, I like to work out. I can see the results. I don't work out every day. But as long as you keep going, you will see the results. You don't have to burn yourself out. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to try to prove a point to nobody. Just stay true to yourself. Do what you love. Live the life you want to live. And you will see the fruits of your labor. Work on yourself. But don't overwork yourself. And another thing, don't give a fuck. Just do you. I'm not saying be harsh and be mean and be rude and be careless. I'm saying do you. And don't give a fuck about what nobody else trying to get you to do or criticize you or, you know, you might be having a bad day. So what? I don't give a fuck. I'll do it better tomorrow. Right? Just keep the momentum up is the point. And also, like I said, 8 represents abundance, prosperity, and wealth. So don't be surprised if you do see random deposits into your bank account. Don't be surprised if you start getting an abundance of love offerings and invitations to go out and enjoy yourself and have fun. Don't be surprised when all these gifts start coming to you. Don't get the big head and don't lose sight of your purpose, your goal, whatever that is. Because we just came off the 7 year. So everything you was doing in this 7 year, you finna see the fruits of your labor. And then we're going to go into the 9 year, which is the end of the cycle, completion. And then we're going to start back over with a 1 year. But for now, we at the 8 year. So remember, continue to keep your life structured. Keep your thoughts structured. Keep order in your life. Balance, boundaries. Keep order in your mind. Balance, boundaries. Don't fear limitations and restrictions. Overcome them. Think abundance. Think prosperity. Think wealth. Remember, abundance, prosperity, and wealth ain't just about money. It's also about the intangible things too. Have fun. Don't overwork yourself. Don't burn out. Stay focused. Keep building and building and building and building. And you will see the fruits of your labor. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful 2024. Also, one more thing I want to point out. 2024 also has the number 22 in it, which is a master number. 22 represents the master builder. So it's going to be a lot of building going on. But don't ever forget, the building is within. Whatever is within, you shall see without. It also has the number 4 in it. 4 represents planning, strategy, and a strong foundation. A strong foundation. 8 is 4 multiplied. So you will also be witnessing that in the year 2. And this year coming up too. Now, I know some people say, you know, people like to argue these days. They say, oh, the new year don't start till the spring. True. That's very true. So you're going to see the 8 energy going to start to consolidate and fix itself a lot at the beginning of spring. But consciously, we have accepted the new year as January. So consciously, since we have the power within us, you're going to feel the 8 energy starting in January. You probably already felt it in the middle of fall because it starts to transition. Stuff don't just turn on, turn off. It's a transition. So now we transitioning from the 7 year, which was a period of isolation, a period of meditation. Meditation ain't just we meditating all the time. I'm meditating right now, talking to you. Life is a long ass meditation. So make sure you stay positive, you think positive, you feel good. I'm not telling you to be a goofy and walk around smiling all the time like nothing don't bother you. I'm telling you, when things do bother you, when you having not such a good day, remember to think positive. I shall overcome this. This is your year to show yourself how powerful you are, how far you have came, and how abundant you are. So once again, I hope you have a wonderful 2024. Peace and love. I'll see y'all next time.